Alrighty guys, we're back for Burn Aggro, and this is a Bloomburrow standard brew, and I'm Red Cat. Let's briefly go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked. We got all four Mechanized Warfare. It's about time we revisited this card, huh? So that's a 3-mana enchantment. If a red or artifact source you control would deal damage to an opponent or a permanent an opponent controls, it deals that much damage +1 instead. Beautiful stuff. What are we going to be pairing with this? Well, first of all, a whole bunch of generic burns. So we got all 4 lightning strikes, all 4 shocks, as well as all 4 Stoke the Flames too with that convoke. Creatures can help cast this spell. Of course, we do have a couple ways in here to actually go wide. So I think the convoke is going to help this out a lot. We have all 4 rouse reinforcements, for example, right? So sorcery speed, 2 mana, create 2 1/1 blue and red elemental creature tokens. Nice. Now also, when you're going wide on the board in a Mechanized Warfare style build, that's actually pretty good because you're swinging wide, and now each of those like individual 1/1 tokens are doing just a little bit of extra damage, or a lot of extra damage if you have multiple warfares on the board. So yeah. Another way to go wide in here is actually the brand spanking new Coruscation Mage. 2 mana, 2/2. It's rocking that offspring for 2. So you may pay an additional 2 as you cast this spell. If you do, when this creature enters, create a 1/1 adorable copy of it. Now that's actually going to be pretty good because of this bottom ability here. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this creature deals 1 damage to each opponent. So we've seen that ability quite a few times, and I think it's going to be beautiful on this card. I love that this has offspring. Okay, what else do we got packed in? We have all 4 Wrenns resolved just to see more off the top. It should be fine and dandy in here. More creatures packed in. Monastery Swiftspear. Boo! No, that's fine. Now, we are trying to go for like the full burn power here, but we also needed another creature, and it was just Swiftspear, right? I didn't want another 2-drop. I wanted specifically a 1-drop creature, and it would be a little silly to not have the Swiftspear in this one, especially with all of these instants and sorceries that we're calling. So we got a couple Tectonic Hazard as well. This is a 1-mana sorcery. Deals 1 damage to each opponent and each creature they control, which is actually not too bad, especially when you have Mechanized Warfare on the board. Now, it's noteworthy that this does not hit Planeswalkers, which I believe End the Festivity, which just rotated out. I think that hit Planeswalkers too, so it's a little bit of a weaker version of that. On the top end, we have a couple Witchstalker Frenzies because dealing 5 damage to something is going to be pretty important. And since we're going wide, hopefully we can get that Witchstalker Frenzy pretty cheap. And then also a couple Sunspine Lynx as well. This is a 4-mana, 5/4 elemental red cat. Okay, now players can't gain life. Damage can't be prevented. And when this enters, it deals damage to each player equal to the number of non-basic lands that player controls. So for us, it's not going to do any damage. We only got 22 mountains in here and nothing fancy in the mana base. Honestly, dude, I think this could come down and deal a pretty good chunk of damage to the opponents. We'll see how many, or we'll see what people are playing today, right? Either way, the top 2 abilities seem to be pretty good as well. No honorable mentions today, guys. We could have just completely packed the honorable mentions with 20 cards because we could probably build burn like 3 other ways quite successfully. This just happens to be the style of burn that I landed on this time, right? Like I didn't opt for Urabrask burn or Axonal burn or something like that. I just went for this instead, Mechanized Warfare burn. Okay, guys, enough rambling. Let's go ahead and take this into some games and see how we do. Right into that first game, guys. A lot of people playing Magic right now. I've had no issues finding matches. All right, dude, I like this first hand. Only the 1 creature, though. That could be concerning. But look at all this burn and ways to see more off the top. Of course, I guess keeping a hand with Mechanized Warfare would have been a little better. I'm going to save the shocks for now. Okay, Sunspine Lynx, Golgari. Oh, no. All right, well, I'll try to get the creature down. And I'll tell you what, against Golgari, this Sunspine Lynx might do a chunk of damage by the time it comes down. Right? Like, honestly, they could get to turn 6 and have 6 lands that aren't basic. Well, way to prove me wrong, opponent. Wow, Paw Patch Recruit over there. Huh. Huh. You think we could see a land off the Resolve and drop the Hazard? Is that worth the risk? Probably. Let's do it. 22 land in here. I'd say we have a good chance. Yeah, there we go. Hazard over Shock, right? Yeah, Hazard over Shock for the turn, as Shock does a little bit more to the opponent's face. I was debating, like, how wide do they plan on going? We just don't know what we're up against, unfortunately, guys. I thought it was going to be some generic Golgari with Sunslayer. Nope, the Mage is out of here, but we have lots of ways to take care of the Liliana then, too. With the plus on Liliana, yeah, we just Shock it for the turn. It's either that, or we wait for the swing, and then we'll discard the Shock anyways. That just doesn't make any sense, because they might find something that helps them keep the Liliana around. We just gotta get rid of it, I think. Because we also could have saved that Shock for their face when it came time too, so. Alright, I like seeing all this burn for sure. Save Stoke the Flames for an endgame surprise. Just swing for 2. This would have been a great turn for Mechanized Warfare, which is why I don't think we wanted to mulligan, don't get me wrong. But yeah, the opener would be much better with Mechanized Warfare, as that's the main build around. The discard is one of the Shocks, right? We might want to take the turn to Lightning Strike the Investigator away too, before we discard. Yeah. And then we get rid of one of the Shocks. Oh, we have to click Resolve first. There we go. That's why it was being weird. All right. Not a terrible turn for us, guys. I'm still going to keep that Shock in hand for now, instead of using the mana for it. Swiftspear is pretty good. We do have 4. Do an extra 2 there. No, we still save Stoke the Flames for now, as a little surprise. We go for the swing for 3. And we saved the Shock for a good reason. Excess damage with the Swiftspear. Cut down. Alright. Not terrible, because we're still getting 4 through. Down to 9. Guys, this is anyone's game. Easily. Easily. Sheoldred. Hi. Alright, let's draw. The Sunspine Lynx stops the Sheoldred life gain and deals 4 damage to them for the turn. I'm gonna do it. It's pretty good. I don't want to discard the Stoke the Flames, but I don't want to discard the Lynx either. Not when we're stopping the life gain. We could get 1 more through here. They have a block. I'm just going to hold off, though, for the turn. Because I think... Yeah, no life gain. That's so good, dude. That's so good. 2 cards in hand. I'm sticking to what I said. This could easily be anyone's game. Go Innkeeper's Talent. They definitely need something. They need removal. Blocker won't do it. Because we have that Stoke the Flames. We'll take the draw. And a Shock, too. Wow. So we actually we can just Shock their face and then go Stoke the Flames. Did we see all 4 Shock that game, guys? GG opponent, by the way. We saw all 4 Shock. There's other stuff that we could have seen there, too, though. Since Stoke the Flames, first of all, it feels great just going so much burn. Holy cow, dude. Yeah, there was a lot we could have seen, because Stoke the Flames, since we had 3 creatures on the board, it was only going to be 1 of our actual mountains. So anything else there, too, up to 3 mana, could have really done the thing as well. So beautiful stuff, man. All right, let's keep the ball rolling. And that Lynx coming right in time after their Shieldred. Did stopping their 2 life gain matter, though? I guess not technically, since we saw the shock off the top. What were they at, like -1? So we still would have been able, if they gained the 2 down to 1, a full swing. No, full swing wouldn't have helped. Yeah, never mind. The life, yeah. Yeah, because we had to tap down for the Stoke the Flames anyways. Or tap at least something to play the shock too. Oh no, only 1 mana in hand. 22 land in here. I'm not going to risk it though. I think we have a great chance of winning a lot more today. I'm going to mulligan. Alright, we'll send a mountain here easily. And I would call this better. Except we had to ditch the Mechanized Warfares. Say hello to Swiftspear. Aha! I bet you've never seen a turn 1 Swiftspear before. Completely unique to this build. No, my Swiftspear! My uniqueness. Alright, let's get the mage down. There's a pretty good chance that this mage is gonna die, but I think it's fine to try. Cut down. Oh, nothing else. Oh, wow, they kept a 1 mana hand. Nah, I'm just gonna establish some creatures. I was thinking Wrenn's Resolve. That's not worth it, probably. Right, like find a mana, sure. Just like getting more creatures down seems a little better right now, I'd say. Excuse me, guys. Skull Dweller. Shock. Alright, now we'll try this, right? Yeah, that's fine. Because it could have affected combat. Oh, wow. Alright, we'll swing. It's a good trade for us. Especially now that we have the Tectonic Hazard over here too. So mana off the top would be really good. Probably hit Rouse Reinforcements since one of the... Well, because I guess we shock the bat, then we get the other shock back anyways. But also we just go Tectonic Hazard for the bat too. I'd rather go Rouse Reinforcements though. Nah. While we have it, that's probably a little better. Then we'll just swing for the 1 since we already have the other Rouse Reinforcements in hand, as well as the shock open now too. I've been seeing a lot of Golgari recently, man. I'm just going to keep the shocks back. Not worth hitting their face right now until we get a little bit more established. Yeah, Wrenn's Resolve is probably a little better here again, guys. Alright. Swiftspear. And another Resolve for next turn is pretty good. Yeah, trying to just see as much as possible. Oh, they're finding their mana. They took the risk of just the swamp in it. It seems to work out okay. Wrenn and Realmbreaker. Holy cow, dude. Put a permanent into their hand. They grab a swamp. Getting ready here. Mechanized Warfare is pretty good, but Wrenn's Resolve's a little better. Because we only have it for the turn, so... Alright. We have this for next turn too, if we want to try to get the Warfare down first. It's just going to be shock to the Wrenn, because we got the 3 on the Swiftspear then. And keep the shock open, and keep the hazard for next turn as well. In case they play like a bat or something, right? Bat, take shock. Anything like that could be really good for the opponent. Probably Shieldred though, since they grabbed that swamp. They wanted an untapped source off the Wrenn. Gets rid of our Swiftspear. Okay. Gonna be a Skull Dweller, even though we have the Tectonic Hazard here. I'm gonna keep the shock because we'd rather hit face with that. Okay, Mechanized Warfare. 2 damage to them, get rid of the Skull Dweller before that card disappears, and then we have shock available. It's not bad, guys. We're hoping to hit face, and we're starting to fizzle out, to my surprise, even after all those Wrenn's Resolves. Wow, they're gaining 4 back up to 11. That is really bad. with all this excess mana, I'm just going to keep the shock back. We might find a better target, like a Glisa, sun something. Mountain off the top's pretty bad. We're going to go ahead and get that rouse reinforcements down. Keep the shock available. Ooh, I don't know. That life gain was really good, dude. 4 life is no joke. That's a lot. If we saw something other than mana, maybe, but 22 mana. In the top 20, we saw 6. I don't think we can successfully call this a flood yet, right? Innkeeper's Talent. Okay, I better be paying attention because I've been seeing Golgari with the talent a little bit more this week. A lot of Golgari. So I just figured out what this Golgari list is probably, right? It's probably the bottom ability on the Innkeeper's Talent. Okay, should I activate this? No, I shouldn't actually. It's the bottom ability on the Innkeeper's Talent and then Vraska on the top end, right? I bet that's what it is. Alright, let's see what they end up doing here with a full swing, because Stoke the Flames is really, really good off the top. They're down to 7. Here it is, guys. Let's see what that last 2 swamps is. There we go. All right. But yeah, anyways, I mean, in one of the previous videos, honestly, one of you guys might have mentioned this already, what they've been playing, but I've been recording all these on the same day, so I wouldn't have been able to read a comment on a video that wasn't posted yet. Anyways, yeah, the bottom ability on Vraska giving like a whole bunch of poison counters, and then the bottom ability on the Innkeeper's Talent. Yeah, cool. You know, I haven't seen them actually play the Vraska yet, so I haven't been able to piece that together, but I wonder if that's what they're doing. I mean, that explains like the other toxic cards in there and everything too. Yeah, just going pure burn aggro means at a certain point, once the opponent is low enough, you can just top deck until you win. And so you want to stay until the very last moment with a deck like this, pretty much no matter what. All right, we'll see if we can get right into that next game. But guys, while I have you here in the middle of the video somewhere, make sure you check out that description where we got that Discord link, as well as that Patreon link too, if you're interested in supporting the channel that way. That Patreon always goes the extra mile. So thank you, thank you, thank you to all my beautiful patrons. I'm keeping that, dude. Heck yeah. Sleeper. Yeah, I haven't seen that card in a while, actually. Yeah, Evolved Sleeper's really good, though. It's crazy. The power level of Standard's crazy. Like, cards that we don't see. Mechanized Warfare. Alright. This affects combat, so we're doing it before combat, and I don't want to do the Lightning Strike. The Spear's a 2-3. Going a little wide here. Probably the Sleeper ability being held open, but it could easily be cut down. It is, in fact, cut down. Okay, Mirrex. They could... Oh, okay, they're going to use the Mirrex as the second black source here. Tangled Colony. For a second, I thought they were going to activate the middle ability on Sleeper. That's what I thought was about to happen. So, Tangled Colony can't block, guys. We're going to take the turn to establish the Warfare and get a swing here. Because it's a good swing. Because the trade into Sleeper is like really good off of a token. And if they don't trade, then this is really good damage. This is the type of deck where having this Witchstalker Frenzy is going to be excellent because Sheoldred exists and Sheoldred is still a big pain. Liliana. Pop our last 1-1 or make us discard? They got pop our last 1-1. Swing for 3. Okay, Lightning Strike is not terrible. Probably gonna go face and not worry about. Never mind. We're gonna keep Lightning Strike open for their turn and just swing Liliana. We should take care of the Liliana's been an absolute pain in the butt. for like the last couple weeks for me, so I should not keep that alive. Swing for 3. Oh, no creature to pop. We better hit face anyways. Oop. We better hit face. It's an extra 4 damage. Wrenn's Resolve. Yes. Yes, we do that. That's good. An excellent draw. Good chance of seeing a mountain here. Whoop, buddy. Yep, we play that, right? I believe so. Now imagine if we had Shock in hand too, huh? Go for the throat on one of the Swiftspear, still doing 2 damage for the turn. I'm feeling good, but I do think that this could go either way. Gix is pretty darn good, man. We might need to use that Lightning Strike on the Gix, depending on what we see off the top. Mechanized Warfare. Holy cow, dude. Not a great way to get the Swiftspear to like a 3-4, but we can get it to trade worthiness at a 2-3. If we just, well, it might just be Warfare. Because if they trade into Gix, it's a really good trade for us. If they don't trade in, that's a really good trade for us. But now I'm starting to get a little concerned for the Fizzle, and we're taking a lot of damage from the Tangled Colony. Lord Skitter. Yeah. Ooh, that's brutal, dude. What a top deck, man. Oh, no, opponent. That's pretty brutal. Oh, they're going to get a bunch of rats, though. Oh, they're still in this. Oh, yeah, they're still in this, man. Oh, yeah. But we got to do this. We have to. Too much on the board. 3 rats. Lightning Strike available to hit for 5 on their turn. So as long as we survive this turn, we might be okay. As we just continuously go burn to their face. Okay, no way to buff the rats. That's good news. Because they swung with 3, if they go like Shieldred, we have Witchstalker Frenzy for 1. They're just taking the turn, establishing the warfare. It just seems so good. Yeah, the Tectonic Hazard was a really good draw. Fanatical Offering. Okay. They got their map token. Use the map token for the turn. Like if they might be thinking like, oh, more hasty creatures will keep our go for the throat open. Okay, Evolve Sleeper. That might be worth popping, but we don't have to, especially if they tap out here. Excuse me, guys. Slowly but surely losing my voice. Hit the opponent's face. Down to 2. No need to play that. Hey, that's a way to win, huh? Sunspine Lynx. There we go. Very nice, very nice. Another 4 damage through. 100% win rate so far, guys. 3 matches in. Not half bad. It's performing. Let's keep the ball rolling, huh? And while I have you here in the actual middle of the video, instead of just bringing up what's in the description, I should bring up some of the YouTube stuff too that I've been trying my dandiest to bring up. I feel like I've been doing all right overall, except sometimes I get to the end of the video and then I completely forget if I already brought it up or not. But anyways, if you like the video, make sure you drop it a like. And then if you like the channel, consider subscribing as well. And thank you guys. All right, opponent goes first, and I don't mind this hand. The hands have been decent. Yeah. I'm keeping it. Yeah, I think we can keep the ball rolling, dude. It feels great so far. Rakdos colors. Yep. Passing it on back. I'd love to get a game where we actually pull off the offspring on this mage too. Lizards. Okay. Go rouse reinforcements. It's like I said, I want to get a game where we actually pull off the offspring, and now we have 4 mana in hand, so I know it might be a little detrimental as we're playing other, like our non-creature stuff before playing the mage, but I don't know. It's like getting a couple of them down seems pretty good. A chump block would not be terrible here, but we've been plugging so much damage through. Now, lizards care about getting damaged, though, so... Oh, they are going to take a card. Crap. Crap. What do they take? Our mage. Yeah, I'm sad. The Tectonic Hazard, they're not really concerned about that because they don't know we have Warfare packed in right now. We don't see a lot of Warfare. So I don't think it's going to be Hazard. Yeah, it was our mage. Crap. Okay. So let's do... Okay, well, first of all, Mountain. That has Menace and whatnot, too. Okay. Let's full swing. I'm pretty sure they take this. Because if they block, then we have the Hazard. And then we'll keep the Lightning Strike open for their turn. Yeah. A block is kind of sort of still a 1 card for 1 card since we got 2 cards for the price of 1 earlier. That's kind of the thought process here. And I hope that's okay. Now we keep the Lightning Strike available. I don't know, man. This is a lot of mana, and losing that mage absolutely broke my heart. So I go for the swing, and I might as well pop it. That way they don't have another instance of something that cares about damage coming through. I'd love to hit their face, but I think we're the ones on defense right now. Oh no, indestructible. Scales of... Oh, dude, we're gonna get wrecked this game. They're up to 22. We would have to get so incredibly lucky. I don't even know what we could see off the top right now. Like, no land for the next 4 turns at least. We go for the discard too. Swap out a land. There's a shock. We should do that on our turn. Right? Because now we know that they have combat tricks in here that give indestructible. And we still save the Witchstalker Frenzy for something chunkier too. Gev comes down. Iron Claw pings 1. Gets a counter. More mana, guys. Oh no. Alright, pass it on back. I mean, I guess we were overdue for a loss anyways, right? But I do truly believe that the deck list was performing well enough that I think we could have kept winning easily. They're gonna take our Witchstalker Frenzy, so we better just take the Gev now and pay the 2. But at that point, we probably should have just done that on our turn before they got extra pings through. This is a decent lizard, dude. I like that. Because it'd be really easy to just take whatever you need to take. I'm just going to keep my 1/1 around for now. More mana. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's getting close to a flood. With 7 total. Hey, excuse you. Oh, that's interesting, actually. If we didn't take damage instead of revealing our hand... Okay, I'll just, I'll take the 4 here. Or, I guess, concede at that point, right? I was thinking, like, well, I'll see 1 more off the top, but it doesn't really matter there. Hold up. I want to check the board state. View battlefield. Okay, anyway, that's really interesting because when it enters, you choose target opponent. If they lost life this turn, they reveal the hand. You choose a non-land card from it, and they discard it. Other words, they discard a card. So if you didn't do damage, it still just discards. So it still discards a land then. Like, it doesn't say they discard a non-land card or whatever. So, interesting. I like that lizard a lot, actually. That's one to keep an eye on. Because it completely broke my heart getting rid of our poor little otter buddy. Burn aggro. 30 minutes in. We definitely have time for at least one more game. If it's fast, maybe two. And I do believe we can keep the ball rolling. Opponent, what you bringing to the table, buddy? Oh no, only one mana. Opponent goes first. We should mulligan. Ooh, I like it. I like it. Send a mountain, probably. Forest. Froggies. Yeah. It's going to be tough to get rid of, actually, with this hand. We might have to use our lightning strike on it, but is that worth it? Maybe not. Hopefully not too much removal over there. Maybe we get to keep our mage around for a couple turns. Another mage. Let's go. Dude, that's terrifying, man. It's so simple, yet so terrifying. They keep their hand incredibly stocked. Might Caller. That gets a counter too. Mana off the top, of course, would be huge for us, but we're going to be in trouble in no time. Mana off the top. Let's go. Dude, okay. The Elder and the Might Caller are going to grow beyond the hazard, even with the Warfare on the board anyway. Well, the Elder already did. Going like Lightning Strike for the turn on the Elder and a hazard to take out the Prophet would definitely slow them down, but the Might Caller is still going to be an issue overall. Call me crazy, dude. I'm just going to play my Warfare and be happy about it and see what we can pull off next turn as far as burn goes. Because the deck list just completely outperformed expectations for me in those first 3 games. It just really did the thing that I think I'm okay with risking it a little bit here and seeing what happens. Mockingbird. Oh, a flying Might Caller. That's pretty cool, man. Okay, okay. Another Mist Breath Elder, and then just restock hand again. Buff the Might Caller again. Frog's looking terrifying, dude. What on earth? We're just going to take the 9. See what happens. See what we see on top. Okay. Mountain. I would have loved to offspring this mage, but we're in trouble. We die next turn, no matter what, unless we start removing stuff. So, we're doing extra damage, so we're gonna take out Elder, Prophet. Give me 1 second, opponent. I am thinking, buddy. Poking the opponent's face pretty good. So if it's hazard for the turn, the Wrenn's Resolve might help us find like a shock, but we probably don't want to do that, as we probably want to Lightning Strike the other Elder at this point too, right? Or the other Might Caller. All right, another 2 going through. We're at 6, guys. This Elder doesn't have... See, if we find a 1 mana card, though... No, it's too risky. We have to get rid of this trampling guy on the ground, and we might still die in the air then. Down to 12. With only their 2 cards remaining, the Elder... Otherwise, they can return. Mist Breath Elder. Okay, so we have to keep a chump blocker for the Elder on the ground. So all they need is a little... Oh, they're forced to pick up the other card. That actually works out nicely for us. Maybe we can take the 6, or take the 5 from the Elder, go down to 1. and see what we can pull off next turn off the Wrenn's Resolve. Because I guess if we get to keep Mage around... Okay, they're dumping everything onto the board. Yeah, so I kind of misread the Mist Breath Elder here for a second. Beginning of your upkeep. Yeah, we're just going to take this 6, guys, down to 1, because we pretty much... Like, we need this on the board. Witchstalker Frenzy. Okay, let's see what we see on the Wrenn's Resolve here. It would be cool to get the Mage down, but we need... Like, we would need to see something so incredibly particular off the Resolve to go Mage first here. So we just need to see more burn. Down to 10. Oh no, Stoke the Flames and a Swiftspear is not going to do it, guys. Oh. Okay. Well, at that point then, I'll get the Swiftspear down for the turn. And that could have been pretty good. If we had an extra mana for the Stoke the Flames, still would have only been 5, but yeah, we were kind of on the run, huh? Yeah, anyways, it looks like they're forced. So return, it doesn't say you may, return another creature you control to its owner's hand. So when we limited how many creatures they had on their board there, that was really good. And then otherwise, you may return. So the bottom ability is a may. Return Mist Breath Elder to its owner's hand. So the top ability is its downfall for being a 1-mana 2/2. 60% win rate, guys. And actually, there was a moment in that last game where I think it could have leaned towards us pretty easily. So, I don't know. Let's go ahead. Take a look here. And outside of that, like if we would have played Mage first to get 2 Mages on the board and then dropped Wrenn's Resolve, it would have been 4 damage to the opponent's face, and we would have needed to see like a Mountain and a Tectonic Hazard or a Shock. And then we play the Mountain for the turn, and then like either like shock the opponent's face. That's another 6 damage going through. I still don't think that was actually enough damage because I think they started at 12. So they'd be down to like 2. So we would have needed to see something incredible there. And guys, I think the deck held its own. It really did. It really felt like it did, right? So let's double check here. How budget friendly is this? A lot of these cards, Swiftspear uncommon. Shock is, well, that says uncommon, but I'm pretty sure that the shock that's in standard right now is common. It is common. Is there any other? I guess this is the shock right now that's in standard. It's from Murders, right? So yeah, the shock that's in standard right now is common. Okay. Now I know. Tectonic Hazard is common. This Mage is uncommon. Lightning Strike is common. Rouse Reinforcements, common. Wrenn's Resolve, common. Pretty budget friendly front end of the build. Now we get into more expensive territory. All 4 Mechanized Warfare are, of course, rare. The Lynx is rare. Stoke the Flames is uncommon. And Witchstalker Frenzy is uncommon, too. And then the Mountains, of course, very budget-friendly as well. So kind of sort of a pretty budget-friendly build overhaul, huh? Now, there is, like, it looks pretty clean like this, but there is something to be said about potentially dropping Mechanized Warfare down to 3 and going up just even more burn. But I actually really like having all 4 of these in here as the main build around overall. And I think that's one of the reasons it was able to hold up so nicely too. This poor little mage buddy never got the offspring down. And look at how freaking adorable the offspring actually is too. But I think it's going to be excellent in here as the 4 of. I wouldn't drop any. Same thing with the Wrenn's Resolve, the Rouse, the Lightning Strike, of course, the Shock, the Tectonic Hazard. Depending on what you're going up against, you might want to consider 3, but I think the 2 of was fine. And I guess you could swap out Swiftspear for another 1-mana red creature. I don't know what it would be, but I'm pretty sure it should be a creature. And Swiftspear is probably the best one to choose for a deck list like this that's just dropping so much burn all the time because the extra prowess always goes the extra mile. There's something to be said about going down to 1 Witchstalker Frenzies too, as we weren't able to use this as much today as I would have thought. I don't know what we would go up at that point, and that's something you guys can let me know down in the comments as well. Not too much in the not too much to go over here at the end of the video. I almost mentioned the honorable mentions today. I'm pretty sure I had nothing in the honorable mentions, right? So anyways, yeah. Not too much to go over. I think the games spoke for themselves. Sometimes you're just able to just keep slamming face, and there's just so much burn packed into a list that you're fine. You just keep throwing face, and you're fine. there's something to be said about 23 mountains too. But I think 22 is completely fine, especially when we're seeing extra off the Wrenn's Resolve. You got to play that Wrenn's Resolve properly, right? To that way, if you see double mountains off the top, you want to make sure that you can play both of those mountains and optimize that. But like, so in other words, before you play a land from your hand and stuff too, that's definitely noteworthy. Wrenn's Resolve acting as more mana, kind of, sorta. That's kind of what we're thinking there with the Resolve. All right, guys. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed the list and what would you add or take out. Okay, hey, thanks for being here. This is the 4th video I recorded today. My goodness, should I go one more? I'm thinking I am. Like, I've really been enjoying Magic recently, regardless of all the excessive losses in my most recent videos. It was really nice to actually get a positive win rate today. And I think we actually had a chance in those 2 losses too. So yeah, guys, if you made it this far into the video, y'all are champions for real. I super duper appreciate you, and I see you in the next video.